Live from the Russell in downtown Hartford, Connecticut. Welcome to the Chat It Up Show!
Hi,
my name's Jessi McCauley.
I'm Naisha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
Brennden, Colbert.
What's up?
And now the queen herself, with her hair big as ever, Miss O'Neil Watkins. Woo!
All right.
And with a fresh knit cap that he may or may not have knit himself, it's your boy Jessi.
All right, guys, welcome to the Shut Up Show. Of course, I'm your boy Jessi, where we give you the scoop, entertainment, of course, fashion. And right now, we're gonna go into some chat scoop with my girl O'Neil. Brennden, how was your weekend, by the way?
It was great. It was amazing. Amazing weekend. Very busy weekend. We had a good time with the NYSFE, New York Summer Fashion Explosion crew. So that was fun. Filming a commercial. So. Oh
yes,
yeah.
She went up there and do her thing. So she just shot this commercial for NYSFE.
Yes. Ladies only. Sorry. Ladies only.
No. Well, the commercial has ladies only, but it's male. You are welcome to be a part of it.
Right. Yes, men can be a part of the show. Correction. Men are welcome to be part of the show, but for the commercial, they needed ladies only.
Right.
That's why you won't see, any of our gentlemen here, showing off some leg.
That's fine. No, that. So, of course, the hip hop mogul on the show, of course, Brennden and Colbert. We're talking about Mr. Meek Mill. Okay, this past Monday, supporters were in Philly. Right, oh, see, he's correcting me right away. He's telling me supporting him because, of course, he was back in the bars. Of course, I don't know why, because guess what? I'm a rapper, I'm a DJ, not really. But I don't know what's going on. Nikki, I've maybe gave him a little bit of too much, what is that? Boom, 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 boom. Way back, super bass. So supporters were out there supporting him to get out of jail, and I don't think that's right.
I don't know nothing about none of that other stuff, but
Nothing about the
man, free Meek, man. Well, I know a lot about that, but free Meek, man. Y'all know I don't do the hashtag thing. I don't do it, but I try not. I think all three of us try not to speak on things until we know the details. So, like, you see things in the media, people are like, free Mookie, but Mookie murdered 7 people. Like, don't free him. But the uproar is Meek violated his probation. Let's go ahead and say that first. I know he violated. People gonna be in the comments, but he violated. Yes, we know that. However, both of the cases were dropped. One was like flipping the wheelie in New York, which is illegal, and the other one was like getting into a fight with a young bull in one of the airports, which was also dropped. Allegedly, I'm not trying to get her sued. So allegedly, the judge has it out for Meek. Word on the street is she tried to make him sing on Bended Knee, and we'll never know because it was in the chambers. And for those of us who've been in the chambers, ain't no cameras in there and this, that, and the third. But the Meek thing bothered me, man. I was pissed because we've seen over the past 2 years rapists, murderers, police. I'll say this in the nice version on Chat It Up. Get off for murder. So that's I saw buses and buses and buses of people riding around for me.
My thing though, why do we have people supporting this kind of thing? If you're on probation and you violated that, I don't think you should be out. I don't care who you are. Yeah. You could be.
I think, but this is also how I think of it too. Like, it's not necessarily a free him, let him get off scot-free because he did anything wrong. It's be fair about the conviction. Like
you pop a wheelie and you doing a bid?
Right, exactly. Like,
if that's
ridiculous.
The case, I done worse than that. You know what I'm saying? So
you know what I mean? Give him some community service, make him pick up the trash on the side of the road, and call it a day.
We're not saying. That's why I made sure I said that first. We're not saying there shouldn't be any consequence. He's a grown man, right?
He should have consequences.
But
agreed.
But
comma.
Capital but. I don't know if a 2 to 4 year bid for that.
I know.
And then the DA didn't even say It was against the DA's recommendation. The judge usually goes with the DA's recommendation in a probation hearing.
Get some of that boom, boom, boom. But well, on that boom, we just found out that the new king and queen of dancehall is Spice and Vybz Kartel.
Yes,
of course, he has a fever and she likes the fever, clearly. So this controversy about him being the king, and of course he's also behind bars. And Spice is out because she has the spice of life.
For the night.
So, now being the queen of the show, tell us about that. Now, love my dearest Marian Hall, aka Lady Saw, which is now a Christian.
Yes.
She's always and still will be the queen of dancehall, despite. All right, so still love his Spice, but yeah.
I mean, enough respect to Lady Saw, enough respect to Beanie Man, the former king and queen of dancehall. Right. But times have changed. You know, along with the transitions, we're looking for people who are consistent in the game. And who's been most consistent in the game? That's Vybz Kartel, still shelling down the bass from behind the bars.
No, that's my thing. That's my thing. Just like what Brendan was just saying. Okay, you're behind the bar. So okay, so are we supporting people like that? Is that what?
That's the culture.
No.
That's the culture.
I don't agree with us.
Listen to me. It's okay. That's a struggle. That's a struggle that people sing about. Look at Jack Cure. That first single, Jack Cure, behind these prison walls, right? He's singing out his sorrows from behind the bars.
But Vybz Kartel not singing sorrows.
No, he might not sing his sorrows. Okay, apparently you can't get him a prison. So he did sing out them troubles. But what I'm saying is, I don't think that it makes him any less talented. We support the talent. We may not.
But I think he should serve his time in there doing cleaning, picking up papers, as you said, rather than making music.
Oh, I agree. I feel like the sentence fit the crime. So you know, as far as we're concerned, I can't say, free vibes. I'm not going to be on team free vibes. Right. But I understand people want their artists out because they love the music he makes, and he's influential in some capacities. Like, think about the people who came from his community. They're a poor community that didn't really have much, and so to see Vybz go out there and make it, that's inspiring to some of them youth.
I think, and this is not necessarily my department, however I do know music. I think there can be more than one king and queen. I think if Bob was
in the same category though, like the king of the dancehall, Beanie Man, the king of the dancehall vibes. I don't know.
I get what you're saying. Okay, because you're bringing in the dancehall.
Right.
But we were talking about this in the barbershop. I mean, they were talking about I was listening, right? We was watching On Stage, basically. So So, and I don't see a problem with it. You know what I mean? I know I'm not well versed in this and that, but I don't, unless there's disrespect going on. I mean, y'all will know more than me. I don't know if I hear Vybz being like, forget Beanie Man, but
no.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So there can be more than one king and queen in his different generations.
But this is me. I also feel like there's nothing wrong with saying my time is up and I can pass it on to the younger generation. You know what I mean? I think the most kingly and queenly thing you can do is know when your time is up.
True. Well, all right, we're going to be royalties in the VIP lounge. We'll be right back. You're watching Chat It Up.
Transformations Med Spa and Fitness in Windsor, Connecticut. Nurse practitioner Raquel Rowe and the amazing staff will transform your body, mind, and soul to make you look and feel your best. They specialize in laser hair removal for any skin type using top-of-the-line FDA-approved lasers. Open Monday through Saturday by appointment only. So call now at 860-217-0764. 860-217-0764. To learn more about all their unbeatable promotions and specials, go to Facebook and become a friend. Make sure to follow them on Instagram.
What's really going on? Oh, baby. Gotta have fun. Let your hair loose. And let that summer loving thing. Yeah. Let that sun shine. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Round and round we go. Summer loving is here to stay. Round and round we go. Summer loving is here to stay. Round and round we go. Summer loving is here to stay. Round and round we go. Summer loving is here to stay.
And we are back with the Chatted Up Show here in the VIP Lounge at the Russell. And I'm giving you some chat scoop here. Really, this is the tea, honey, okay? So apparently, according to Time, they reported that a group of Democrats moved to impeach
Six
President Trump.
articles.
And he's on it.
6 articles of impeachment.
No, well, to be honest, I just have one question. What did you do for? It's a year. It's 1 year.
Well,
Oh my
And
God.
it's a year since the election, but January 20th is.
Wait, it's
it's
one-
okay,
officially 1
right.
year.
He's like, oh my god.
I got dates, baby. Like, I don't-
So what have this man, well, the president, accomplished since he's been in power? Like really and truly, to be honest. Other than tweeting, other than that.
I don't know other languages, but nothing. And
Being a
let's-
woman is a pre-existing condition.
Yeah. So I'll say this. So
What?
Being a woman is a pre-existing condition.
isn't that crazy? So what I'll do is I will try to not be biased because
Right,
me and
of
Trumpito
course.
don't bang. You know what I
Of
mean?
course.
So
All of a sudden, he's a drug cartel from Colombia. Which Brennden do you want today?
I know I'm on one tonight. But if he has actually accomplished things, I would say it. I feel like we here on the, we would say it. We don't have to like him,
Right,
but
right.
literally in the
Nothing
sense,
against him.
right?
Nothing against him.
Well, in the sense of the definition, of
Right.
your question, the answer is still nothing. Literally nothing.
Right.
Well, maybe a few war stuff in place.
Right.
Still tweeting. That's what we've accomplished. Twitter is now one of the best places to go find news. No longer go to Channel 8.
I mean,
you get it on Twitter.
Drake said it best.
What?
Trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers.
See, we just talked about Meek being in jail. You just
I'm sorry, I had to bring it back.
that's crazy. I know how I feel.
bring it
Like,
back.
that's wild.
All right, so I know we're talking about kings and queens and presidency. No, so we always want to give our people, like, you know, rulers and people who are in charge and being, like, leading people to wherever they're leading them, right? Because, of course, racism and all that came up. And we always want to tell our people what we have to give back to them in terms of, from our heart, really, right? So we want to encourage people from the soul. So give our people, talk about leaders, strong leaders, how people become real good leaders. What motivate them to be as powerful as they think they are?
When it comes to being a leader, when it comes to being a king, when it comes to being a queen, follow your fundamentals and foundations, not your characteristics. That's what I'll say when it comes to that. Because I can probably convince you of almost anything.
Right.
I can do that. That is literally my craft, okay? But my foundation and my fundamentals keep me from being a detriment to my purpose.
Right.
So when it comes to Trumpito, when it comes to Uncle Barry, right? When it comes to those things, I'm so disgusted, not because I dislike the man,
Right.
because we've had presidents we dislike, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cats are hitting Bush like, "Hey, big head, you up, my G?" You know what I mean?
Right.
But when it comes to being a leader, he lacks the fundamentals of being a leader. It's like somebody tweeted, I forget who it was, so big shout out to you. I wish I had made it up, actually. Somebody said Donald Trump went through something traumatic as a 15, must have went through something traumatic as a 15-year-old. That's why he can't mentally leave that age. Think about it, you know what I mean? And it's just, I've never seen anybody look for so much validation. And when I think about like the chat, so when I think about leaders, and this is what we want to do on the show, inspire people to be leaders. You don't need a title. You don't need to be a community leader. You don't need to be a mogul. You don't need to be an entrepreneur.
Absolutely,
at
I
all.
agree. There are people within our communities,
Right.
like, okay, look at your local Y.
Right.
Right.
The people that work at the Y.
Alex
you know
and all
what?
them. The
Staying
young bull.
exactly. Staying there as mentors, just because kids grow up seeing them. They teach a dance class or they teach PE or whatever it is.
Right.
That's a role model in itself.
Right.
And I saw something today that really resonated with me. It was somewhere along the lines of it's not about your product or your motive or whatever agenda it is that you want to push. It's about your audience. Are you listening to your audience and taking what they say and then trying to feed them in turn? If you're constantly driving your agenda, your motive, then you're not leading anybody.
You're not leading. You're
Well, it all depends on the
Absolutely.
leadership, though. If you're an autocrat leader, then you're just gonna. That's it. You just tell people do this and done. It's not. Everybody don't have to have that involvement and they just lead.
That's a dictator.
Do you want growth
True.
or do you want destruction? Because that sounds like a path of destruction
Well, that's
instead
what
of a
we're
path to
going right
growth.
now. We're going through right
Yo,
now.
Michel on me.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. I say, hey, what?
Put your hand on it.
It's just crazy. So
Not
listen,
you, we love
right.
you.
No, I know, because I'll drown you. I'm sorry, I won't. Anyway, let's talk about some trends. We're just gonna talk about the latest things that's popping right now. So, she's
No, I'm
like,
sorry. It was just me.
is it melanin? That's what's popping.
Melanin is, honey, melanin is not a trend. Melanin is in all seasons, okay?
So she's like
Every
looking like,
decade, honey. Actually, I'm wearing a trend right now.
Okay.
So, everyone a lot of women right now are going natural. Like they're done with relaxed hair. They're done with like straight hair. They want to
right?
do, absolutely. It is expensive and it's really bad for your hair. It's just not good. And also we're doing this thing where we're embracing our, where we're naturally from and how we naturally are as human beings and deciding, what, we are beautiful as we came made. But for those of you like me who are in the ugly, awkward phase of transition with your grow out, big chop, whatever it is, it's a trend to just be playing with wigs, weaves, whatever you want to play with. So right now I'm rocking a trend. I'm rocking this natural look that is not natural because I bought it. But I know I'm speaking to a lot of ladies out there. We all know this is not the era where anyone's afraid of saying they wear a wig or weave or whatever. Like, it's almost prestigious now. If you have the poppin' $500 bundles,
Well, what's popping is this bald head, baby. As you can see, that's trending right now.
Bald is beautiful, honey.
the two men on the show, we're rocking this. Check him out. Let me see.
Cut it down to the bone, baby. I say every twice a week too. Word life.
me next. Me next.
Well, yeah, she needs to ball it off. Just be bald. All right, you know what?
I would be the baddest bald ever. Okay.
You can say bitch. You can leave. That's fine. We'll be right back. You're watching Chat It Up.
My name is J. Stan McCauley, and I do business as Lightsource Productions. I provide professional services in the area of strategic video communications. First, what we do is we help you craft your message using what I call the rule of the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, and why. We do event documentation, content acquisition, full-scale productions, editing, and of course distribution through our social media television network. And with social media, video is more important now than it has ever been. Whether you're talking big business, small business, nonprofit, church, or just an individual. Let's say you plan you're planning an event, a wedding, whatever the case may be. But let's say a big event, but no video. And you spent all this time, all these hours to put this event on, and maybe 100, 200 people attend the event. But more important than that is that thousands could attend by watching it on social media. But of course, you don't think about this until after the event is over. You can't afford not to capture it for social media. And despite what people think, I am affordable. Give me a call. Let's plan your next video project and share it with the world on my social media television network. I promise you that you will have the attention of one person, me.
And we're back, live at Chat It Up. I just always wanted to do that with my Scott. All right.
Very smooth.
Yes, very suave.
Tell us what's going on with this bulletin board life.
Well, I'm really into a lot of the community events that are going on. Of course, as you know, this is November this month, and so of course, it's Thanksgiving next week. Really excited about that.
I don't like turkey, so that's fine.
It's not about turkey.
Well, I do like fried turkey. I love
It's
it.
not about turkey, although we know that like the feast at Thanksgiving is what we all look forward to. But I love that we're just in the spirit of giving thanks and giving back. And so what's really awesome is that none other than our own here on the show, Brennden Colbert, has his own turkey drive in partnership with Energy Radio. Yes,
Thank you. Yes.
Partnership with Energy Radio and the Greater Hartford Urban League. Right. So, B, tell us more.
All right. Y'all been hearing me say this for a long time. 100 turkeys for 100 families. We've partnered with Energy Radio. We partner with the Urban League of Greater Hartford Young Professionals. If you haven't hit the GoFundMe, It's www.gofundme.com/BC Consultant. I know it's pretty close to Thanksgiving, so a lot of people may not be able to do that. Get the bird. You know what I mean? Don't worry about that.
Absolutely.
We're actually distributing the birds this Tuesday at 5. Yep, this Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Multiple locations around the city with Energy Radio, but the one that I'm partnering with is right at the Urban League, right at 140 Woodland Street in Hartford, Connecticut. We've passed the 100 turkeys, so big up to that. I'm really proud about that. Thank you everybody who took time to hit me up, because I've been bothering you every single week with these videos. So I appreciate it. And you know, as I say all the time, October 1st through the New Year is one of the most depressing times for people. I use this example, and I will always use this example. Yep. You feed your children rice and peas every night, one plate. They're good. Some Kool-Aid, right? For some reason, on November 23rd, you feel like you need to have a feast. You feel, and if you can do it, that's fine. But think about the people who can't. We can't get rid of the self-esteem. We can't get rid of the self-confidence, but we can feed the turkeys to these people. So please donate.
Absolutely, awesome.
And of course, we still have some more things. Our very own, of course, sitting on this couch, will be hosting a amazing event right here for you. So our very own owner of Access TV.org will be honored at the Lady Flavors Network this weekend for being an amazing man. And Tonil will be hosting that. It's a Finding Peace campaign, and this is for battered women, female who has been abused and all of that. So we want you to support that, of course. Shout out to Lady Flavor Network in doing this amazing event. Also, we have the Miss Connecticut Caribbean USA. Tell us a little bit more about that and how people can get involved.
Absolutely. So we are directing, of course, I'm directing the Miss Connecticut Caribbean United States pageant, aka Miss Connecticut Caribbean. And we're really focusing on bringing scholarships and giving scholarships to amazing women of the Caribbean American community here in Connecticut. And so we're recruiting right now. We're looking for young women who are absolutely exemplary in all areas, very well-rounded, to represent our state. And so in the National Miss Caribbean United States pageant. So if you are between the ages of 18 and 27, please reach out to us here at the Chat It Up Show at gmail.com, and we will definitely get right back to you.
All right, so we just want to keep one beat going, and we're just going to go to one amazing thing from the guy, of course, Mr. Brennden. Why I say that? Because hip-hop is this thing, and we just want to know what is the biggest hip-hop thing happening right now in the beats. Right now, the Queen came out, because she's Remy, was talking about. He's like ready to go.
Anybody sliding in my DMs? That was a happy move. Listen, thank you, sir, for giving me this platform to talk about Freddy versus Jason yet again. T-minus 1 week from today, I will wake up around 1, 2 in the morning, and I will see a gift from Jadakiss and Fabulous, and it will be named Freddy versus Jason. No, I'm actually really serious, but to answer your question directly, it's mixtape season, man. It's the end of the year. Everybody's dropping mixtapes. I don't think people are dropping projects anymore because the cutoff for the Grammys is done already.
Justin is trying to bring her
I saw that was
about
Cardi.
Cardi B is like, what? No, Justin, get it together, Justin.
We don't care about reality
in
music.
It's mixtape season. You know, traditionally Fab has always dropped on Thanksgiving and Black Friday, and some people drop on Christmas Eve, and I'm still waiting on Kendrick and J. Cole to drop their mixtape. This was 3 years ago. They're supposed to. Word on the street is it's done.
in the bodega?
I saw an interview Ab-Soul like a year ago said that they're really working on. He got a song on there, whoop-de-woo. But it's time for mixtape season. It's time for the new rappers to go play somewhere on Instagram. It's time for the big boys to play out here.
All right, so the big boys will be playing, and we'll be right back while we're playing your music. You're watching Chat It Up. Woo!
Now, some insurance companies brag that they could be on the scene of the accident right after it happens. Whose interest do they have in mind? Yours? I don't think so. You may be one paycheck between you and the street. You have 3 children, work in another town. You need that car and you need it fast. If you have an accident, call me. Attorney Jeffrey DRESSLER, 24/7, 1122.
All right, welcome back to Chat It Up. Of course, we're here talking some motivation, and we keep popping up, of course, with authors and amazing writers. Same thing, right? But I do have one of our very friend to the show. He has been on the show before, and he's going to talk about Hip Hop 365, Mr. Carl Michel.
Oh, you got it. Yes.
Some respect on his name, Playboy.
What's going on?
Show.
Thanks for having me again.
All right. Well, let our viewers know a little bit more about you, and actually, just want to give a round of applause. He's actually a honoree of the 100 Man of Color.
Yes.
Shout out to that.
Yes,
So,
absolutely. Once again, I go by the name of the young executive Carl Michel, best-selling author, executive producer of the Youth Empowerment Show, and an honoree of the 100 Men of Color. So
Class
I'm
of
definitely excited to be here.
2017.
The best class. Absolutely.
All right. So you have this book. Let our viewers know a little bit more about the book. It's the #1 best-selling book, and it's dope.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yep. I mean, I've been following you and seeing your grind, and you've been hip-hopping.
Yes.
So is this about hip-hop, or what exactly is the Motivational about?
So it's called 365 Hip Hop Daily Motivational Quote. So it's a daily devotional full of hip hop and R&B lyrics. You know, I created it out of a need, really. Every time I turned on the radio, I heard a destructive message. They were talking about sex, drugs, money, violence. Same message, but a different beat. So instead of getting into the rap game and trying to compete with the influence of a Drake or a Nicki or something like that, I figured, how can I take the people who already influence the culture and highlight the positivity? So I use their lyrics, I add my motivation and daily affirmations, so every day you get something different from people who you already love.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
You know, thinking about motivational speech, only kings understand kings. We say that all the time. Next tattoo. But nah, man. I mean, we've been following each other for a minute or whatever, and I love to see other kings, other mindsets, other ideologies in different forms. Because people, a lot of the young boys and young girls will think that you need to follow the same path in order to be successful. You need to do the same thing. You need to write a book. You need to have a turkey drive. You need whatever the case is. But really, it's the foundation and the inspiration to succeed. Can you speak a little bit on that, and can you maybe give some advice, or what was your inspiration behind the whole shebang? What was your inspiration behind this to start?
Well, to be honest with you, man, I wrote this book for people like me. You know, I had a troubled youth. You know, and that was because I was a follower instead of a leader. It wasn't until I grew a closer relationship with God, it wasn't until I got a mentor and started surrounding myself with the right influences that I started becoming a leader. I started doing the right things. So I wrote this book with the younger version of me in mind. You know, when I was younger, I didn't like reading. So I made the daily passages so short, it's equivalent to an Instagram post and a caption. You did?
Genius.
You did?
Genius.
So I give it to you in bite-sized doses so you can appreciate it. And it's from people that you already love. So it's all about following what you're passionate about. You know, it's Biggie Smalls that says, stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it, and live the phrase, sky's the limit. So I know a lot of people who are miserable at their jobs. They hate doing what they do because they're doing it for a paycheck, and they might not even like what they do, let alone love it. So I encourage everyone, not just the youth, but everyone, to follow what you love, do what you love. I know women. I met a young lady who was a millionaire. She loves doing hair, so she started her own weave business, you know, and she became a millionaire because of it. I know a kid in Connecticut in the Norwalk area. He loves skateboarding, but instead of becoming a skateboarder, he opened a skateboard shop.
Genius.
Whatever it is that you love doing, find a way to be creative in that space and just make a career out of it. I love hip hop, but that don't mean I need to be a rapper. You know, just highlight the positivity in it and take it wherever you want to take it.
So where can people get the book from? Where can they purchase this?
Well, I've been blessed to be able to put it on Amazon. It hit #1 on Amazon in 3 different categories. You know, so I'm excited about that. So you can find it on Amazon.com. Also my website, youngexecutive.com, and I'll drop the exclusive here. We just got approved for Barnes & Noble's bookstore, so we're going to be in that soon. Thank you. So,
you heard it here first, baby.
Yeah, so we hit #1 on Amazon, so the aim right now, once we get in the bookstore, is to become a New York Times bestseller.
Oh, that's happening. Say no more. Say no more.
Definitely.
Ain't nothing but an email. Or we could just buy them all. Like, but the email sounded more gangster. You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
Got the white shirt on.
Leave something from this bestseller to our viewers right now.
Okay. There's a lot of people always ask me what's my favorite quotes. There's so many different ones, but I want to leave you with one from a Christian rapper. His name is Bizzle. He says, they got you ready to murder your brethren over $1 that only cost them 4 cents to print. It's evident we need help, but the question is, do we serve a living God or a dead president? Now, the reason I use that quote is because it cost the U.S. government 4 pennies to create a $100 bill. But we put so much value and emphasis on that piece of paper that you were ready to murder someone that looks like you because of it. So I encourage every one of my young brothers and young sisters, unite. We were not born to compete with each other. We were born to complete each other. All right? Follow God, not the paper.
All right, so one last thing, just so the viewers know where they can find you, because he can keep inspiring you. So go ahead with that.
Well, everything is at Young Executive, is YOUNGEXEKUTIVE, and I'm also the executive producer of the Youth Empowerment Show. We have a show December 2nd in the Bronx, so please come out. Bring in young people. We'd love to inspire them.
All right, well, we're going to keep inspiring. We'll be right back. You're watching Chat It Up. Welcome back to the Chat Up Show, and of course, what an amazing show. We want to thank, well, before that, it's Thanksgiving season, so definitely we're going to give thanks for every single thing that we can appreciate God for, and our friends and our family, everything like that. So let's start off with the king, or one of the kings.
I'm thankful, like I said last time, I'm thankful for my life, health, and strength. I honestly had a pretty rough day today. I lost a dear friend of mine, one of my brothers. So we served in the military together, and my phone was on fire today at work. And I was like, who's bothering me at work? Who's bothering me at work? And I went outside, make this very long story short, and I found out one of my friends lost his life in the war. This is literally like 4 hours ago. And it turned into a situation. I was wild, and I was, that's my brother, you know what I mean? So in regards to your question, I'm thankful for our friendship. I'm thankful for the fact that he slept in the cot next to me, his own cot, but he slept in the cot next to me. I'm thankful that his mother treated me like her own. I'm thankful that I have another inspiration to fulfill my purpose above all else. I'm thankful that when I was 21 years old and I had a conversation about leaving the military, they said, Colbert, what are you gonna do? Remember in February when we had the conversation? In 70, I'm thankful for the strength to still continue on, even though that happened today. And I understand, I know the world sees this. From my lips to your ears, there will not be a version of my life where I don't fulfill my purpose in honor of my brothers. And I'm thankful that I was able to serve in the United States Air Force with that man. Sergeant Johnson, rest in peace. That's from the bottom of my heart. And understand that. That's all I got to say.
Very deep.
Sorry to hear that.
Sorry for your loss, man. After that, right? She was like,
Well, you know what? I can honestly, say that touched me.
Yeah, it did.
For many reasons, but also just to know that you've lost someone very near and dear to you today. So my deepest condolences.
Thank you.
But I'm just happy for life right now. I'm happy and thankful just to be here, to have these opportunities. Like I've been very blessed. From crown, no crown, I am absolutely blessed, and so I can say that I hope to, in giving my thanks, I hope to give back and pay it forward and give to those who are less fortunate. So I'm very happy for that.
all right, and of course, I just want to thank you guys for keep watching the show and being a part of this amazing journey, and everyone who make this happen. I just want to thank you all for just continue being, Chat It Up. And I want to thank, of course, my mom. She did something very special to me. I won't say on TV, but thank you, Mom. I love you. And just want to say one more thing. I want to thank our guest, called Michel, for stopping with us and chatting, of course, and vibing. And as always, where do I find all my friends from?
All over the world.